Call to order Mayflower Planning Commission, December 9th, 2025. Barbara, take the roll, please.
Rusty Waters, Randy Holman, Chad Patterson, Ken Burns.
Here. Then we have a forum, so we will go ahead and continue. Can I get a motion to suspend the rules and accept the minutes from our November meeting as
Motion to suspend the rules and accept the minutes from the previous meeting.
second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Okay, before we get into our first item, Chad Patterson, who's been on the planning commission for 9 years, is going to step down and use some of his newfound time for other things that will fill his time. We do want to thank you, Chad. Nearly a decade of service is it's beyond commendable. So putting up with a lot of the ground and the headaches. The burden was the stream movements to be watching.
Well, I thought that would be just on this mission. That's a long time ago, served, and I didn't expect it to be 9 years too much when I left. But everybody else that I served with was gone, and people that I thought, that's just time. Honestly, I'm busier. Got more than that, very family. Yes.
I would you. Well, we appreciate it. You appreciate it. I personally appreciate it as the chair, both the knowledge and backstory that you bring to the commission. We've been your insights many times, so you'll be missed and definitely appreciate it. Okay, first thing, we have Stephen Reynolds, who's interested in being on the commission. Stephen, if you'd like to come with the microphone, just give us a little info about yourself, why you're interested.
Stephen Reynolds, yes, some of you may know me as my dad was on the commission for a good time. He was very high elected. I'm born and raised in Mayflower. Took a few years off to go to law school, get law degree, and I'm back to serve in whatever little way I can. So, you guys will have me. I'd love to join and help out however I can. If you have any questions for me, specifically,
What are the questions?
Are you practicing lawyer?
I work for the state, so I like to joke that I'm a little weird, but yeah, I work for the state, right now, for the Department of Commerce, Local Services. Been there for about a year. I worked for the Department of Education for about 4 years before that. So yeah, I'm practicing lawyer, but I work for the state.
No questions.
All right, well, that is short and sweet. I think we've had 4 folks who have expressed interest. So I'll be passing all those names to the mayor to set up some one-on-one times with him, and then it will go to the city council where we will all give the approval or not. And hopefully we'll soon be welcoming a handful of new members.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate you, Jim.
Stephen, what's your address?
My address?
Your address.
62 Snow Circle.
62.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Yes. All right, next up, we have Dustin with Hall Engineering to discuss additional acreage at the Center Ridge subdivision.
Good afternoon, everybody. So we all may be familiar with me. Previously, with Hollow Engineering, Justin Welsh, previously we came through with the Center Ridge subdivision and showed, I believe, roughly around 260-ish lots. What we're proposing is essentially the same development. It just adds 44 more lots, making a total of 302, and a new road connection that will tie into the northwest corner of the existing land that we're going to push through and make a punch out to connect to Looping Lane. Essentially, the development needed a better secondary access than that emergency access that we propose on Center Road. Center Road's a great road, holds up, but it just needs some improvements. And so we think ultimately having those connections both ways, conveying all the traffic, having the option to go both ways without going around just provides for a better overall design. As I was telling Chris with the city, we're, essentially what we're looking for is just to have a preliminary plat approval contingent on the same requirements that we had for the initial preliminary plat approval. We had already worked through most of those approvals before getting to this point. The only one we had left was ADH, Arkansas Department of Health, and just once we got their comments, it's about the same point that we realized we want to make this connection. Rather than doing it twice, we just kind of pulled back and celebrated it all at once again. Drainage will all convey off in most of the same ways. It will ultimately convey off in the same ways it does in existing conditions. Just we're proposing the same detention ponds we had for that main part, and then adding a new one in where you kind of see the center open space of that additional acreage we're proposing. It was choked down before it moves to the west. Ultimately, everything will still be capable of being handled by a pump station that we have already designed. We sized that to be able to handle anything that may develop on that 70 acres to the east of our site, just in case we or someone else came and needed to connect to that. It was sized appropriately, so it's still capable of handling this additional acreage with some extra if it ever came to that point. And we're pushing that through with the review of salt through the city engineer. That's what they use. So they will be reviewing that drainage report, the pump station calculations, and then Raymond will be reviewing all the sanitary sewer and water utilities. Roughly all of those will probably come in this next week. We're just polishing up a couple of kind of drafting things, just bringing them up a little bit, and then those will come through probably next week. So.
Questions? Commissioner?
I don't see, James, where's your guys on this? I know it's not on this, but where's it at?
On Cross Street.
That helps. Am I looking at this right, the east side?
Which maybe not know. Good, one, two,
Three.
three. Not all right. No, I don't think Cross Street City on this.
Maybe it's on the minimized portion of the top right of page 2. But right in the middle of page 1. I was trying to get my bearings, but that's it.
It's right behind you too. Where the road is now.
Yeah.
Up the hill.
So our proposed connection that you'll see just kind of uphill in the area. Our proposed connection on Luger Lane is just south of the high school. I believe it's the middle school actually.
Yeah, I like the fact that, there's gonna be another way of getting out there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think this ultimately just provides for a much better overall design. There's nothing wrong with the previous one. Obviously, things are getting approved by y'all, but, this just provides for a design, I think both us and, the final product receivers at the city can all be happy with.
One of those things, I have kids in middle school and high school, like that, I have to go up, around, dad, come back, and go get down where they can look up at their house, but they just drove 2 miles and get there.
My wife teaches at the middle school, so that's okay. I've dealt with all this traffic, but,
So you're well aware that,
or not the middle school, I'm sorry, the elementary school, she teaches special ed.
yeah, so then, yeah, that, I think that would be unique for all those things, kids in middle and high school, being able to come down with that.
Mr. Wells, did I hear you right? You said you were proposing another detention pond in the open space?
Yes, so that location you're pointing to in the center of the new acreage, where it's marked as no S or open space, depending on what page you're on, there will be a detention, there'll be a drop off in that area. A brief point just to choke down any runoff and build up and then let it go slowly. You can see that a little bit better if you go to the grading pages. You can see it a lot better just looking at the contours there.
Anyone have seen anything that raises any concerns, that anyone was serious block there at this point?
No.
Chris, do you have any concerns?
I really have not had time to really go through it, lay eyes on it. As long as this is all kind of provisional approval based on adherence to city codes and state law and getting all the plumbing plans approved. And we satisfy all the engineering requirements. I mean, this is all, I don't see anything that would, any red flags to say no. We're talking 44 homes. The initial concern was additional traffic counts on Luker, trying to navigate that through school hours. But we're really talking 44 homes, and traffic's already gonna be there. And if anything, this will divert some of that traffic back off the middle. We don't have any current up-to-date traffic counts on the road, so I really can't speak too hard on that. I don't see anything that will cause me to say that.
Okay, thank you. Mayor, do we need to vote on this tonight?
That's a great question. Is there anything we can vote on pending the other drainage and everything, or whether it's taking the time? Come up for a vote?
It's preliminary plat, and I think you would need something in writing, whether, I don't think the minutes are satisfactory for you to proceed with land acquisition.
Yeah, so essentially, this is the same issue that we ran into the first go around. We need something just as cursory as it may be as a preliminary plat approval. I believe what we did, or what y'all did previously, was set that contingent on all the approvals that we would need to meet, to actually have any building permits happen, or any grading permits or anything else. The goal of what we want to do is just get this, so we can buy that land, we need preliminary plat approval, basically saying, as a city, if you meet these, review criteria, we're not going to shut down this design. We're good with the overall layout, good with this design, and this project happening, as long as you meet those review criteria. Our goal would be ultimately to not have to bring this to the planning again, just get a staff level and staff approval, and then, bring the final design as a final plan.
Previously, I think the vote was taken for the original submission. I generated that letter based on the still from the planning commission.
Then, can I get a motion to approve the preliminary plat contingent upon the receiving all of the department head approvals and state approvals?
Second. Preliminary plat on those conditions.
Second. Vote on this.
Randy Holman,
Yes.
Chad Patterson,
Yes.
Cameron.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Motion passes. Thank you, guys. You guys are,
Thank you. Y'all have a great night.
thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, next up is, EDO, wrap up on that. Any comments, from the open house that we had? Have there any people?
So, everything was presented online, several weeks before the actual town hall. Obviously, we've been talking about it for the better part of a year. Through all of those public workshops and public meetings, we have received zero feedback on anything. We've had some verbal comments, they've all been positive. I've received nothing negative. So I know I initially proposed doing a second town hall. I really don't think that would bear any fruit at this time, because when it does go to council, before that is actually approved, we have to do another public forum as part of that process before the council can adopt it. So basically tonight is kind of looking for planning commission's blessing. If everything is good on your end, we can make a recommendation to council to move forward with the next steps prior to adoption.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I've not received feedback either. The town hall didn't have very many folks. I don't think having a second one would, justify the cost, effort, and looking at building and all that. So, I agree.
But to be clear, we will have another one prior.
Another regular public input before council votes.
Right. But at this level, I don't think it would was to do them. We just, if the first one had generated a ton of feedback, we need to go back and reevaluate some things, perhaps, but since that didn't happen, it's no more.
So really the next step, if we can get the approval to move forward tonight, this would go to whether it's a regular council workshop or a special council workshop to present this information to council to kind of determine the scheduling and the next steps.
Any questions or input from Richard?
Questions?
I think I have a motion to, accept the EDO, changes that we've completed and to move it on to the next phase of sending it to city council.
Motion to move forward.
Second,
Second.
all in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. That concludes all of our regular business. Are there any public comments or questions? We got a packed house, so try not to run over each other and they look at the microphone. Chris can offer medical help if that does happen.
He right over there.
Okay, then our next regular planning commission meeting will be in the new year, January 13th, 2026. Next regular council meeting, will be in 2 weeks, December 22nd, which is a Monday, or I don't know, it's not an hour, only a Tuesday. We moved it forward a day, given Christmas. So it will still be at 6:30 here, just a day earlier. And, that kind of motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed? We're good. Thank you very much.
Well, when we see the sun. Yes.
Most of the time.
Yeah.